Hello and welcome to Buckmore Park for round 4 of the Daytona DMAX Championships for 2017. We're here with our Inters Heats Championship for what should be a fascinating round of action here in the southeast of England. Bobby Trundley is currently your championship leader by 9 points from Chris Hackworth, but Chris not here today. That's going to offer the opportunity to the likes of Mike Coppin behind me and Chris Olcock to close in on Bobby's lead. The weather also closing in at the moment. It's going to be an absolutely incredible final. Let's head to that final right now.
So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the grand finals for all three heats, and coming up first is the Inters. Andrew, very exciting proposition we've got on our hands. We've got 3 different winners from 3 different heats earlier on. Just take us through what happened.
Yeah, no problem. So in Heats 1, we saw Sean Briley take the win in that one ahead of Alan Curtis, Bobby Trundley, Chris Alcock and Jordan Taylor. Heat 2, arguably the most dramatic heat that we've had in any of the classes so far here today. Also, that was the one with the quite large downpour of rain in the middle of it, but it was Mike Coppin who expertly made his way through and took the win in that one ahead of Chris Alcock, Curtis Mitchell, Xander Mahoney and Sean Briley. Heat 3, which obviously set the grid and the last chance for the drivers to get good grid slots for this final. It was championship leader Bobby Trundley who took the win in that one ahead of George Hucknall. Phillips Senior came through to 3rd, Jordan Taylor 4th and Rob Moore 5th.
And they're going green there, lights away, and away we go for the final. And it looks like Mike Coppin is actually down in 3rd place, thinking of trying to go up the inside into turn 1, thinks the better of it there. And there's bumping up and down the field there, Andrew.
Absolutely.
Nose to tail, 3-4 wide coming out of turn 3.
Yeah, Bobby Trundley on the inside of Alan Curtis, I can see there, trying to make his way through. But good start there. Mike Coppin up to 2nd. He's displaced Sean Briley down into 3rd. But it's Chris Alcock who looks like he's in the lead early here on lap 1.
And it's going to be all to play for, where these finals actually take they're 11 minutes, and it looks like there's a couple of changes of position down going into turns 11 and 12 there.
Yeah, we'll have to check as they come over the hill, but I think that was a change for the lead, and sure enough, yes it was. Sean Briley has come up to the front of the field, Chris Alcock 2nd, and he's up the inside and looking for 3rd.
And Mike Coppin goes a bit wide there, so that allows Jordan Taylor to get through. And I think that is also Curtis Mitchell in the mix there. Yes, that
it is indeed in the red and white.
In 5th place with Bobby Trundley hot on his heels in 6th place, going down the hill into turn 7.
Well, pretty much everyone's still line astern behind Briley at the moment.
And I think he's got Chris Alcock hot on his heels for company as the battle for the lead here in the heats final for the Inters could make all the difference, but Bobby Trundley is one to watch. We've always seen that he's come down from further down the order like we saw at PF International last time out.
Rob Moore sets the fastest lap of the race so far, a 46.471. Here come the leaders, they've actually broken away. Briley and Alcock have broken away.
And Briley goes up the inside of Copping for 3rd into turn 1. Brilliant move there, and Trundley nearly follows along with Curtis Mitchell not that far behind. And a little bit of a move there. I think that was that Xander Mahoney?
Might have been.
That looks like it might have been Xander Mahoney.
Rob Moore looking round the outside of, I think that's number 18, yes it is, Phillips Senior through the S's. All gets a little tap.
Heading out of turn 4, going towards turn 5 and 6, down the hill into 7.
Bit of contact there between Alan Curtis and George Hucknall over 7th place through hairpin 2, but both drivers survived that one. Fastest lap of the race, 45.813 from the driver in 2nd place on the road, that's Chris Alcock.
And I think that is Alcock in the lead. He's taken the lead on the other part of the track, so Sean Briley's giving him a bit of room there to try and get past, but Briley is still trying to fight back into turn 3 as the pair come through the first infield hairpin. Bobby Trundley's trying to get past Mike Coppin. The pair go side by side, going towards turn 4. Trundley on the outside, Coppin on the inside. And Curtis Mitchell there is waiting as Mike Coppin goes a bit wide, going into the straight towards turn 5 and 6, down the hill to 7. Oh, and there's a move for the lead there. The number 37 was that was Sean Briley going up the inside of Chris Alcock into turn into turn 4, but then the Alcock retook the lead on the very next corner into turn 5. Brilliant manoeuvre there.
So close between these top 3, all in the 45.4s last time around, as they go down through Garders now. And is there a problem for Briley? I think there is. He's going very slowly.
Briley has really gone slowly, put his hand up, and that's allowed Jordan Taylor to go past. Yellow flags just on the straight initially.
What a shame for Briley. So Alcock leads now by 1.5 seconds clear of Jordan Taylor. Jordan Taylor actually did a very good job to get by Briley without any contact. He was very close for a split second. Here comes the leader. So Alcock now leads. Jordan Taylor second. Bobby Trundley, your points leader, up to 3rd place now.
And Alan Curtis has actually made the move past Curtis Mitchell for what is effectively 6th out on track. He's done it on the last part of the lap, I believe, and the pair are coming through turn 4, exiting out. They're nearly side by side, going towards turn 5, down through turn 6, down the hill into turn 7. George Hucknall is trying to force his way past Mike Copping, had the great toe on the straight. The pair are now coming into the turn 3 hairpin. Hucknall is trying to go around the outside, throws the switchback up the inside of Mike Copping, goes onto the outside around turn 4, doesn't quite make the move stick, whilst Curtis is still battling hard with Mitchell as the two dueling pairs come through turns 5, 6, down into 7. George Hucknall is still pressurising Mike Copping for 4th place. The pair are literally battling tooth and nail into turn 3, and the pair are nearly side by side going into turn 4. Is Hucknall going to try and throw one up the inside? He's got less than just over half a lap to do so as the pair go into turns 5, 6, down into 7. That deep compression zone as Hucknall nearly tried up the inside as Mitchell is still on the back bumper of Curtis for 6th place.
So the leader coming up over the hill now. Here is Chris Alcock. He starts his final lap here at Bookmore Park today. Round turn 1, round turn 2.
Oh, and there's a sideways. That's a complete sideways moment for Mike Copping there, beached on just off the curbs, coming onto the start-finish straight. Yellow flags waved by the marshals, and that was a sideways moment. I think it was a bit of a tete-a-tete, mano-a-mano moment there between George Hucknall and Mike Copping. He went completely sideways, and that was not in any adverse conditions.
Here's the leader.
And here we go, it's Chris Alcock taking the checkered flag for the inter-heat final for round 4 of the 2017 Daytona DMAX Championship ahead of Jordan Taylor. Current championship leader Bobby Trundley finishes on the final step of the rostrum in 3rd ahead of George Hucknall, but I'm wondering if that incident with Mike Copping will be investigated by race control. Provisionally he is 4th at the moment ahead of Alan Curtis. Zander Mahoney finishes in 6th. Curtis Mitchell 7th ahead of Tom Eastwood, Philip Senior and Rob Moore completing the top 10, with David Stephen, Mike Copping, Filippo Miorini Miotti ahead of Andre Careless, Jonathan Purton, Race Khan, Lee Carey and James Browning. Sean Brearley had a disaster with an issue with the kart, finishing 19th in the end, ending up in pit lane after 8 laps with Jamie Nesbitt. I imagine was not able to take the start because he was in the Gulf livery helmet.
Yes, he was.
And he had an incident with the barriers just off the Herbert Rise earlier on when we had that deluge of rain.
He's on the top step. It's number 3. It's Chris Alcock. Looking good. You did what you needed to do, pulling out that gap with Chris not here. Bobby, how are you feeling?
Feeling all right. I mean, it wasn't really the best of days for me. I mean, when third in the first heat, and then was running 5th, sorry, in the second heat, but then I got taken out because of the rain. Someone misjudged a braking, fair enough. 3rd heat, won it just, but George Hucknall, who, let's say, was the man on a mission to bin everyone, let's be honest, pushing me up the hill every time I go up the hill, and from what I hear with Mike Copping and all that, what the heck. But solid result actually, considering I dropped down from 4th to 7th, but I have to admit, strong racing and well done to Mr. Chris and I forgot your name. Jordan.
Well done. Hopefully we'll see you back on the top step in future rounds. Right, let's move on to our second place man, Jordan. You're getting there because I think that's a third and a second now. So there's only one way up now.
Yes,
try and beat him in next time. Yeah. So yeah, it was good. I mean, I said to Chris McCarthy, I said maybe go one up from P4, so I'm glad I did that. So it was all good.
Good stuff. How was that? I think it was the second heat that you guys had when the rain came down. What was that like?
Treacherous. You know, I got tangled up with Filippo, I think it was. I'm not sure where I finished, so you know, I didn't mind starting 7th in the final, but so I could only move forward, and I'm glad I did.
Well, good stuff, and a lot of points for the championship, and hopefully a top step on the podium very soon. But today, Chris, we've not seen you on the podium since round 1, and you've smashed your way back in there in style. A win. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, to be honest. It's 2.5 years coming this win. I'm quite enjoying being this high up on the podium. It's an unusual feeling, but hopefully I'll get used to it over the course of the year. I needed it as well, let's be honest.
So is the hope kind of, because you had Chris Hackworth not here today, you've been kind of just below that. Is that the aim now? Get more wins and maybe challenge Chris and maybe challenge Bobby as well?
It is. There's still plenty of rounds left to go. I mean, I've had a couple of dodgy ones the last 2. First one was good, second one, third one not so good. This one's very good. Hopefully I can keep the trend going and put the pressure on the people above me. I would just like to say thanks to Gints and Christina and everyone from CrossFit Canty for supporting me today. They've been very vocal because it's their local round, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, absolutely brilliant to see you do it at a home track for those guys, and hopefully we'll see you back on the top step in future rounds.
Fingers crossed. Thank you.
Well, that's it for our Inters here at Bookmore Park. It's been absolutely brilliant action in both the Enduros and the Heats here for round 4 of the Daytona DMAX Championships. If you want to get involved, round 5 of course is at Shenington, and there's future rounds through the season as well. Get on the website and call this number.